This is K Anime here, bringing you guys 5 reasons why you should read Spy Family. For those who don't know, Spy Family is the hit action comedy series set to have an anime release in spring 2022. It is a story about a spy trying to prevent war between two rival nations, and the extraordinary plan of action put in place to prevent this disaster. To kick off the positive, we have reason number 5, The Garden. The Garden is an assassination group acting under the direction of one of the two rival nations. Despite making their debut in the most recent arc, there's still a tremendous amount of mystery surrounding this organization. You never really know how long the series will last, but if Spy Family continues long enough, the Garden could be developed as a mainstay villain group within the manga. And future chapters will look to answer questions like how were they started, how do they recruit and train their assassins, and who is their leader. Up next, we have reason number 4, the art. A word I'd use to describe the art is consistent. There's a very respectable level of detail, panel to panel, and chapter to chapter, in regards to the character design, scenery design, facial expressions, and character actions. Lines are very steady and precise, as opposed to other current manga such as Mashle and Sakamoto Days that have a more freehand appearance to them. This isn't really a fair comparison, but the art is nonetheless great to look at, and it increases your engagement in the manga. At number 3, we have the comedy. The comedy is pretty universal. There isn't anything in the manga where you'd say, well, this wouldn't be funny to someone over a certain age, or you wouldn't say, oh, someone below a certain age wouldn't really understand this. There's a lot of situational comedy in the manga where you'll see a character's inner thoughts and you'll see them act in a ridiculous manner in order to protect their one big secret. So, really, just a lot of good natured and wholesome comedy, which brings us to our number 2 point, which is the overall vibe of the manga. There aren't really any of the common turnoffs that people would have when trying to get into a manga. There's fighting, but there's not a lot of graphic gore compared to other series. There's no fan service in the typical way that fan service is considered in anime and manga. There's fan service in the form of cute moments where, for example, a little girl will hug her dog, or a man might say something either romantic or heartfelt to a woman, and she'll blush. But there's no bikini panels or nudity in the manga. It's just a fun read that anyone can pick up, really. Points 3, 2, and 1 are all closely related because point 1 is a major source of the comedy and the good vibes in the manga. And point 1 is none other than Anya Forger. Anya's the one character in the manga where if you took her out, you'd probably have to change the entire structure of the story. Besides being the literal center of the plot in regards to preventing war between the two nations, Anya is the biggest source of fun in the manga, and to me, she's the face of the story. Going from an orphan to her current situation now, you really do want Anya to be happy within the story, and regardless of the legitimacy of her current fabricated family, there is a genuine sense of love that's shared between the three of them. So she brings some genuine emotional weight to the story, but given the fact that it's a comedy, she's often used to keep the story light. There's this great running gag where Anya will read someone's mind and she'll make some type of reaction face to whatever they're thinking. The way she'll completely misunderstand a situation and invite chaos all for the sake of her personal entertainment is pretty childish and really fits her character. So not only does she make you want to feel for her and she brings laughs, there's also a bit of mystery surrounding her background. It's said that her telepathic powers were the result of experimentation done by a certain organization, but we don't know the name of this organization. We don't know how she escaped their control, nor do we know if there are other people like her that exist in the world. So, much like the garden, if Spy Family continues long enough, we could see that idea taken in a lot of interesting directions moving forward. All right, so being the center of the story and excelling in that role is why I have Anya number one. So that concludes this video on the 5 reasons why Spy Family is worth picking up, and I'll be doing a follow-up video detailing the 5 issues that I had with the manga because it's certainly not a perfect series and it's not really for everybody. So like the video, subscribe, and catch you all next time.